welcome back to ModSauce. Alright, as you can see here, I did finally get this new quarry going. And it was kind of a funny thing. I got it started up, I got it all flooded and so on, so that when it digs out, the water will turn all the lava into obsidian, and I won't lose any material out of it like, like I did with this one over here. Who knows how much good stuff is underneath all that lava? Yeah, right. Anyway, so I get this thing started up, and then I logged out, and I come back in the next day, and it's only done about 1.5 lines out of the first chunk. And it took me a while to figure it out, because when I moved the quarry from over there to over here, I didn't move the power supply setup I had up there. So I ended up moving that power setup with the windmills back to the overworld, directly up from the main base there. And that's working, because these Tesseracts work cross-dimensional. And the sucker's working. Great. And it's producing stuff. Although, I gotta tell you, it's slow. This here, it is just about finishing up chunk number 5, and it's been running all day today since this morning. About 6 or 8 hours, something like that. And I gotta tell you, this Ender Quarry is cool, it's neat, it does a great job, but even with the Speed 3 upgrade on it, it's not fast. It's not even close to almost thinking about being fast. I mean, I could mine as fast as this thing does. Maybe even faster if I had the right tools. So the next quarry is going to be a Quarry Plus. Even if I don't use the maximum size capability of the Quarry Plus, there is definitely going to be a Quarry Plus in my future. Because it can be fast. Now, anyway, back to over here and the ever-present fun that I'm having with applied energistics. I actually managed to figure some stuff out today. I got some stuff working, and it's well, okay, I'm going to warn you. What you're about to see is ugly as all get out. It's really ugly. There's cables hanging everywhere, there's gaping holes in the ceiling and whatnot, and so on. Yes, it's ugly, but it works. And I can tell you why it works, because like for example with these machines here, you can see I put covers in here in places to try and diagnose problems, and I finally figured it out. And I mainly figured out when I was looking at this, because I figured, you know, this machine and this machine together use 8 channels. This machine and this machine together use 8 channels. So 16 channels shouldn't be a problem. I figured I was bringing 32 channels over, and that took care of it. But then again, at one point, I managed, while I was trying to figure it out, and it took me hours to do this, I'm ashamed to say, I managed to mouse over one of these things. And it didn't say device online. It said device missing channel. And I got to looking around and looking at all this. And it finally occurred to me. You see, throughout the whole construction of this place, I was using the smart cable. Because the smart cable, I thought, was the one that delivers 32 channels. It's not. No. The smart cable is called smart cable because it lights up like that and shows you visually the channels you're using. You know, the bright light is 2 channels, and there's 4 lines there, so there's 8 channels going over there. And same on this side. The smart cable only does 8 channels. You need the dense cable for 32 channels. So I made up dense cable, and I brought it up and over and down here, and I bring it out here, and I split 8 channels off this way, and I split 8 channels off that way, and all of a sudden this contraption works. and I have automatic manufacture of the calculation presses and the engineering, the calculation chips and the engineering chips. And over here, this gizmo is making the logic chips. Great. Okay, it's not doing anything right now because I've got these level emitters set to make 128 of those and 120, well, 256 of these, but there's enough of them in the system, it doesn't need to make any more. Now, I'm thinking that what I need to do is, well, like, for example, another thing over here. Again, I had smart cable coming through here. The only place I needed the smart cable was at the end. I need this to carry the 32 channels over from the controller so that I can actually divvy it up into different sections of smart cable, bringing 8 channels here, and 8 channels there, and 8 channels there, and so on. And so that I can actually start all of these machines and have all of them running, and have them all work and do stuff. And it's amazingly shameful how long it took me to figure that out, but I finally got it figured out. And so I've been making dense cable as fast as I can, which is not very fast because, well, I don't have a lot of raw materials. Right there. That's all the Certus quartz I have. And that's with that Quarry running so far today. So, I'm going to do the thing with the Quarry Plus. Let's see. Alright. Quarry Plus. Hello. Here we are. Alright. Diamond chipsets I've already made. These I think I need to make. Yellow pipe wire I've made. The chests I've got. Let's see. Yeah, I need to do the pulsating chipset, which that should be enough right there. I put 9 lasers in assembly table, and it shouldn't take too awfully hideously long to get that made up. And then we'll take all these pieces, parts, and put them together in there, and we'll make a Quarry Plus. And the next Quarry will be using the Quarry Plus to do it, and it might even not wait until the current Quarry is finished. Depends on how ambitious I'm feeling there. But okay, another thing that I need to do is all this dense cable requires covered cable to make it. A covered cable, you need wool. And the way I've been making wool is with the cotton. I've got it set to autocraft, but that's the idea. The problem is, okay, granted, there is a public access utility over there in the middle of town where I can go over and grab all the cotton I want. But personally, I'm going to feel better about it if I'm making this stuff myself. So I am going to do that. I've got the farming station, and I'll tell you what, making this farming station, that was a 2-hour job, because first I had to make these alloy smelters, and then I had to smelt 2 or 3 different kinds of alloys. And, well, let's see, a recipe on this. I had to make this thing, a zombie controller. In order to do that, I had to make a slice and splice. I'd never heard of it before. And I had to make the solarium alloy in the alloy smelter, and then put all this stuff in the slice and splice and get one of these zombie controllers. Ridiculous, huh? Yeah, I thought so too. But anyway, I've got the thing, so I'm going to just pop it down right there. Okay, I need a hoe and an axe in here. Okay, that won't be a problem. And let's see. I'm going to have the works, the main guts of this thing down below. And let's see. Frankly, I am shamelessly copying the design that was used in that public farm. In fact, I'm probably going to head back over there and take another look at it, make sure I'm getting this right. In here, and right here is the plot that makes the cotton. It's growing the cotton, and it gets delivered into that chest. There's the farming station. So let's head down here. You look under here, you see we've got a planter in the middle of a 3x3. There's a deep storage unit for holding the stuff. Transfer node that is pulling the cotton out and sending it up to the chest to keep it full. And there's more transfer pipe and a filter pipe there, which is sending seed up into the planter. Okay. And then there's an energy tesseract to power the thing. And Slip's using this Ender energy conduit. I'm going to have to look into that, but I don't have the resources to make it right now. So I'm going to be using good old-fashioned energy transfer pipe from Extra Utilities, I believe it is. So let's go ahead and get this facility put together. Okay, this is going to need power run to it, but I've got a power line right underneath of here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I'll have to bring some power cable over. Alright, I made up this fertilized dirt. Okay, now we need a planter in the middle of that. Okay. Very good. Let's get some of that energy transfer pipe. Looks like I need to make more of it. Okay, now that's not right. Transfer pipe. And why am I not seeing... Oh, for crying out loud. Alright, we'll do it this way. Okay. Stone slabs and redstone. Not a problem. Alright. We've got stone. And throw some redstone in here. There. Okay, that's got power. And we need power to this thing as well. Alright, I got it figured out. Got my power hooked up here. I just dug down in here and I'm hooking up smart cable to that dense cable over there. If I could stop glitching and things would be nice. Alright, let's bring this smart cable over here. Now I only need it just for a single channel. Let's see, do I have... No, I don't. I need to get myself an export bus. Alright. No, why don't I get an import bus while I'm at it? Save myself a lot of bit of running around here. Import bus, okay. I might actually have a clue here, who knows. Alright. Export bus onto here. And we'll just run this smart cable over to there. Now I will set this thing to export seeds. And they will get exported into there and planted. All right, I'm going to have to actually check and see what I need to have this siphon to have that in there. I'm sure that's the harvesting part of the situation. All right. Yeah, it is. Okay. We need the axe and a hoe. Come on. I may have to go back and look at that other thing again. Alright. That goes in here, this goes in there. This is apparently working. Allegedly. Alright, let's see. We got power going in the bottom. Alright, I need to take a minute and look back at the one that I'm trying to copy. I'll be right. Alright, I think I got it figured out here. We need a transfer node coming out of the back here. And then transfer pipe. Coming down. Okay, I see that might be a problem. All right. I'm going to assume that that kind of thing is okay. It's not going to try to send items through an energy pipe. All right. Oh, please. I can see a certain logic in having two different kinds of pipes that won't connect. All right. I know a solution for that. We'll just grab a cover. And we'll put a cover there, and that will stop that. All right. Okay, we'll have a series of covers. There. Okay, I can see I'm going to have to rearrange that. We'll put the export bus there. Alright, that'll work. Now I need a filter pipe. I wish I had remembered that. Sorry about all this back and forth, but Come on, NEI, catch up with me. That'll do. We'll bring this back here. Not that. This. And we'll set this filter to send seeds to up. And everything else, I'm just going to take a chest and set here. Everything else will go into the chest. And then let's see. We have an import bus. On here. A bit of cable. And that should work to import anything from the chest, which normally will just be cotton. But I don't see it planting anything yet. It might help if I took the seeds that I have in my inventory and drop them in the system now. Now this is set up exactly the way it was in that other place. I'm using a different kind of power pipe, but that's it. And I'm using ME to handle the I/O. Device is online. That device is online, so we're good. We have little lines here showing our channels coming in. The only thing I have yet to figure out is why it is not planting. Always active. Alright, the back is the output. I suppose I should figure out what happened to my food and do something with that too. Alright, meanwhile, it looks like this stuff is ready. Alright, almost. I used one of the chests. Okay, a quarry, 16 yellow pipe wire, 2 diamond chipsets, 1 pulsating chipset, and 8 chests. Alright, that is going to take a while. It takes a lot of juice to do that. In the meanwhile, I'm going to see if I can figure out why this thing is not planting. Okay, I figured it out. It's kind of silly, but I had to manually hoe the ground myself. The machine having a hoe in it apparently doesn't necessarily mean it's going to do the hoeing. So there we go. Automated cotton production, which is going to be automated wool. And we have here about halfway progress on this Quarry Plus. So that's going to mean better and faster resource gathering. Power, as you can tell, is not a problem. Otherwise, I couldn't run 9 lasers at once like that with full power. But those windmills are producing way more power than I can possibly use, so I don't have a problem there. Alright, I'm just going to let this thing chill for a little bit. First thing I'm going to do, I am going to look real quick to see how much cotton I have in the system. 879 cotton. Alright. I'm going to leave that. Made a note, 879 cotton. We'll check after a while, see how fast it generates more. Alright, it's been about 10 or 15 minutes. We're up to 889 of the cotton now. So, given time, like running overnight when I'm not on here and so on, this thing will, over time, build up a decent supply of cotton. Because I don't expect to be using it all the time, therefore it should gain on me. And so on. So that's good. And in here, right now I'm working on the golden chipsets I need to make the Marker Plus units. Apparently you need 4 golden chipsets per Marker Plus and a Buildcraft wrench, which the Buildcraft wrenches don't stack, so that means I'm going to have to stand here and pop them in one at a time as I make the markers. And again, not super fast. Just like this, it's not super fast. As a matter of fact, touching the speed issue, this thermal expansion pulverizer, it's got an augmentation tab up here. You supposed anything can be done here? Does anyone know of anything that can be done to make a pulverizer go faster? I mean, it works great, it does a great job, but it is slow. It's just like so many things seem to be really, really slow these days, and I'm just wondering if there's anything I can do to speed any of them up. Now, the lasers, the assembly table, I know what you do to speed that up. You build more lasers, but I don't have enough diamond to do that. Not right now, not yet. I will have after this sucker gets running. But that's then, this is now. And so, this thing is working. The cotton appears, it disappears, and gets added into the system. The seeds get harvested. Apparently whenever the cotton shows up, that's when the seeds go away. Anyway, it's working, and that's what I'm happy with right now. Now, I am going to have to go ahead and tear all of this wiring out. Tear the wiring out, rearrange some of the machines after I lay out the wiring first, so that I know how many channels are going where, and can actually do this in a semi-intelligent manner. Because right now, it's not so cool. It's ugly as all get out, for one thing. Although, honestly, I don't care about appearance near as much as I do about performance. If it works, I don't care what it looks like. But if I make it look better, as in arrange things better, and answer the phone, oh boy, you gotta love the phone. It's such a handy tool, such a very useful thing. And then you get calls from politicians looking for votes. Ugh. Talk about disgusting. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get this Quarry Plus put together. And I think I am going to go ahead and set that thing up. And get material coming in from a second quarry even before this current one is done, so that I can get enough of the stuff I need. Like, for example, the Certus quartz, both regular and charged, and so on. And, oh, yeah, just a second. Yeah, I was in need of ender pearls early, so I think I'm going to deal with that. And next time we'll have, I'm hoping, a better look down here and a lot more resources to work with. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here.